poor parents, they go to a school board meeting, they speak out about age-appropriate material being taught their kids, and they, of course, are going to be investigated. Anyway, let's get to the bottom of that. Now, also tonight, while Democrats are freaking out over Twitter, well, many are ignoring the true threat that is posed by TikTok. Now, keep in mind, TikTok is a Chinese-owned app that poses a real serious security threat to the people around the world. Now, 2 years ago, then President Trump, he attempted to ban TikTok, citing spyware concerns, and he warned the American people against downloading the app. Now, even one top Democrat is admitting President Trump was right about this from the get-go. Take a look.
Look, it can't be controlled for security reasons by China. Too big, too invasive, and it can't be.
I think Donald Trump was right. I mean, TikTok is an enormous threat.
Here with reaction, someone who just banned TikTok from state agencies. South Dakota Governor Kristi Noem is with us. Governor, good to see you. Thank you. Tell us exactly what you're banning and who is part of the ban, in the sense all state agencies, any contractors, right?
Yes, Sean, yesterday I signed an executive order that would ban downloading the TikTok app or accessing it at all from any state device. It's off our networks. It's blocked off of our servers. Any state employee, anybody who contracts with the state of South Dakota, anybody who uses any of our systems no longer will be able to download or utilize this app because of the national security threat that it is. It will be a criminal offense if they do, because of the threat and the access to personal information that it would jeopardize. So it's important that we take action to protect the people of South Dakota. You're talking a lot tonight about Twitter and what Elon Musk is uncovering with Twitter. That's an American-owned company. You look at how they have manipulated algorithms and think about how China has manipulated the algorithms to spy on the American people and collect data off of them. It's so much worse. And they're our enemy. They hate us. This is why it's so important that other elected officials take action as well.
You said that South Dakota will have no part in the intelligence gathering operations of nations that hate us. You said the Chinese Communist Party is using the information that it's gathering from TikTok to manipulate the American people and gather data of the devices that access their platform. My question is, how do we know that's true, and how deep does it go? For example, if somebody were to send me a TikTok and I click on it, I don't have it on my phone, would they have access to information on my phone right now because I did a click on it?
We are uncovering more and more all the time that, yes, they are using that data, that they are using and even could possibly be able to go back and utilize what buttons you pushed on your phone, your passwords you used to access your bank accounts. All of that information the Chinese government, the CCP, is collecting and using to spy on the American people, to manipulate their algorithms, to gather information about us because they hate us and they have a long-term agenda to destroy the United States of America. Listen, we know the threat that China has been for decades and decades. They've manipulated their currency, stolen our IP, built up their military, threatened us, and attacked our allies. We know what their agenda is. We have to recognize that they're using this app to gather more and more information from American citizens that they can use to harm us in the future.
Now, we've known about their unfair trade practices and intellectual property theft when it comes to the Chinese. Governor, maybe you can explain this to me, because it doesn't make any sense to me. We have discovered that the Communist Chinese, through different LLCs, different groups, that they have been buying up American farmland and American ranch land, and often they're buying it next to locations that have military installations. Now, we would not be allowed to buy up land in China. My question is, why are we allowing that to happen here? And doesn't it seem suspicious that often the case it's next to the military base?
Yeah, you're exactly right. They have, and they have a goal to buy up our food supply chain, to buy up land that could threaten our military bases, threaten our ability to defend ourselves. Listen, I've talked about this for about 20 years, Sean, just because I've been involved in food policy. But we saw China come in, buy up our manufacturing systems, our fertilizer companies, our chemical companies. They're slowly buying up our entire food supply chain. And when we don't control our food supply, when another country does, that's when they control us. By purchasing land, they're gathering more and more control over us. We have a state law in South Dakota that bans them from buying, any foreign entity actually, from buying more than 150 acres. We're going to be addressing that again in January, though, in our legislative session, because I don't believe we should allow them to purchase any land or have long-term leases because of the threat that they face. They threaten to the United States.
You're describing a real national security threat. Why isn't Joe Biden leading the effort and banning it nationwide?
Well, he's not leading on anything, Sean. I mean, that's the real problem we have in America today. Our president
he doesn't know today's Wednesday.
Weak and non-existent. Yeah, you're right. I mean, he does. He probably does. You know, that's the challenge that we have. So honestly, this president is AWOL, and we've got to find a strong leader to defend this country. And you can't just focus on one thing. You have to focus on so many threats that we face. It's not just China. It's Iran. It's Russia. It's our energy supply. They are trying to weaken the United States of America by coming after us on the things that every single family in this country needs to get through a day. And that's why we need to have better leadership and why Joe Biden is such a freaking disaster.
Yeah, well, Governor, thanks for being with us. Thanks for what you do, and I hope other governors follow as well. It would be nice if Biden and the administration did, but I'm not holding my breath. Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.